Hey guys, welcome to my 2020 planning resources video. So if you know me, you know I love planning. I'm a big list maker and goal setter, and I get asked quite a bit about my process and what tools I use. So I thought I'd do a video today about some of the resources that I'm using for prepping for 2020. So before I get into my newest resources, I just want to go back in time for a moment and mention the planners that I have used the last couple of years. So for 2 or 3 years, I have used the Dragon Tree Dream Book and Life Planner, and I really love that planner. So I do want to give it a shout out. And I may go back to using that, but I do like to check out other products. So that is a great planner, and I will post a link to that below, and I've been recommending that for years, so I do love that. This year I used this Law of Attraction planner, and I really love this planner as well. And there's a lot of great goal setting tools in here, planning tools, and I didn't necessarily use all of them, and I'll explain why in a moment, but this is a very comprehensive weekly planner, so I do still recommend this Law of Attraction planner. This is a great planner, and I really debated about getting this one again. I love those two, the Dragon Tree and the Law of Attraction planner. But last year I came upon something new called the Powersheets, and this is a goal planning workbook created by Laura Casey. I had read her book, one of her books, Cultivate What Matters, and I really loved that book, and so I decided to try the Powersheets last year, and I loved them, but I didn't use them quite as thoroughly as I could have, and partly because there was a bit of redundancy between my Powersheets and my Law of Attraction planner. So I decided to go a new route this year, and I am using the Powersheets for my goal planning. I've just started to write in them. So first of all, let's just give a shout out to the branding on this thing. All of her materials are just beautiful, and we'll go a little forward to where I haven't written in it. There is a lot of prep work for your goals here, and then there is a monthly spread. This year, she's added a month at a glance calendar. It's not necessarily a planner if you need a weekly or a daily spread, but you do get this month at a glance, and there's lots of great worksheets for your goal setting, and it really breaks down your goals into specific actions. I'm trying to zoom in there a little bit. There we go. And how you're going to break that out over the course of the year. So I love this format, and there's just different things in the different seasons to help you really get organized. So have a fruitful summer. Beautiful. So I'm going to be using this Cultivate What Matters, these Powersheets, for my more extensive goal planning. And there's all kinds of great accessories I just want to also mention. And there's stickers. Who doesn't love stickers? So it's just a beautiful tool for planning, and it's not something that it's pretty sturdy, hefty binder here. I went with the teal linen. She's got a few different choices this year, so it's hard to pick. But this is not something that I want to carry around on a daily basis. So maybe once a month if I'm going out to the library or something to do some planning, I would bring the whole workbook with me. But this is something that's going to sit basically on my desk at home. And so because of that, I decided that this year I wanted something with daily pages. I haven't had daily pages for a long time. I was a huge Franklin Covey planner user for many, many years, and I really like the daily pages option, and I found that this past year or two I just was kind of cramming stuff into the weekly format, and I needed a daily format. So for my actual day-to-day planner, I went for something super simple, which is from a company called She Plans, and I had never really heard of it before, but it's really a basic spread. So there's a page per day, and there aren't these multitude of lists and habit trackers, and I mean this is a little bit more for the person who wants to like free form it, so there's not as many questions to answer, boxes to tick off. There is a weekly planning section, and you do get your month at a glance. I'm just starting to fill it in. So you do get your month at a glance, you get a weekly section, and then you get your daily spread, which is super simple and lots of room to write lists, which of course you know I love. And one thing I do like in here that I started to fill out is there's a section in the beginning of sort of your ideal week. I'm looking for that section. I don't see it right now, but it's somewhere in there. Your ideal week, so just habits that you want to be doing sort of like in the morning, in the evening, and on a weekly basis and on a monthly basis. So I love that. The other thing about this, it's the one thing with a lot of daily spreads is that they are pretty big. And so this is actually just 1/4. So let me grab the others here. It's very small and compact, and I can carry this one around on a daily basis. And then there is a new book for each quarter. So I kind of like that idea too, fresh start every quarter. So I'm loving that. So this is again from She Plans, very simple, very basic, and I'll get my more in-depth planning from my Powersheets. So the way that I'll be working with that is monthly planning with the goals in the Powersheets, and then transferring the basic action items into my planner. I also got a couple of little blank notebooks from the Cultivate What Matters company. All their stuff is so pretty. And this is just a tiny notebook, blank pages, so that I can just keep these two things with me on a regular basis, and I can take notes in there if I need extra note-taking space. The other thing that, of course, I like to do is color code when I'm doing my planning. So I bought some new pens. I really didn't need any new pens, to be quite honest, but I like to get like a little fresh package of pens for the new year. And so the pens that I'm going with are the Papermate InkJoy gel pens. And the reason why I love to color code is that it helps me keep balance, and I can look at things in just a moment, and I can see, you know, what I'm spending a lot of my time on. So for example, when I do something like self-care or exercise, I'll write that in pink. When I'm doing something like networking or something for my professional development, I will write that in purple. I'll do like blue for my team development and team support and training for my team, green for revenue generating activities, and so forth. So different colors for different things. And just to give you an idea, my planner this year, I just picked a random month. I can look at it and I can see where I'm spending my time. If it's like, wow, I don't have anything orange in there, which is kind of my fun time, then I know I need to schedule something fun. And then because I just love all the accessories Laura Casey offers, I could have done some damage shopping there, but I didn't. I just got my workbook and a notebook, and then I did also get this little pouch, so I can keep my my gel pens in there, and then I'll always keep stamps. I always keep some note cards handy. Here's my stamps, my Mr. Rogers stamps. You gotta love that. And I just keep some blank cards in there, my address labels, like a birthday postcard, so I can just drop someone a note anytime. With the planner, she sends you this great quote. You know, all those things you've always wanted to do, you should go do them. So I'm going to keep that in there. And she also gives you a place to put your word of the year, which I have not really determined yet. So this kind of goes in my pouch, which you can, I guess, stick it on with this band. You can stick it onto your workbook, but I'm not going to be carrying that workbook around with me too much. So it would just be something like this. for my daily, let's move these guys out of the way. So just a little thing that I can bring with me on the go. Very nice and compact. So that's how I'm going to be working for 2020. And the only other resource I'd like to mention that I just picked up this fall when I was at the doTERRA convention, annual convention, I picked up this energy almanac, and I haven't really gotten deep into it yet, but I'm going to use this as part of my planning process. So this is just a cool resource, quite a bit about astrology. So as I'm planning events and such, or important dates, I can look and find out a little bit about dates to watch, which I love. It'll tell you a little bit about what's going on with the moon in any given month, and then finally different resources. It will talk about different essential oils, so maybe those will be oils that I'll use in my morning routine on those months. So this is going to be just sort of like a companion piece when I do my monthly planning. So I love just kind of learning a little bit more about the moon cycles and astrology and all of that good stuff. So there you have it. That is my my stash for 2020. And I know it's going to be a great year, but if there are things that you want to do, goals you want to accomplish, habits you want to create, they don't just happen accidentally. You do have to put intention behind it and set a goal. Make sure you can measure it. Make sure you have simple steps to take towards your goal. So I will probably do another video about specifically how I approach planning goals. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments. And that's it. Let's do this. 2020. It's a new year and it's a new decade. Let that sink in, and it's going to be great. Thanks for listening.